Hello everybody, welcome back to another Rockabilly guitar lesson. It's almost Christmas time, so today I'll show you how to play the solo from my favorite Rockabilly Christmas song. It's called Sleighbell Rock by Three Aces and a Joker. The song was released in 1960 on the GRC label out of Salt Lake City in Utah. We used to play the song with the Crazy Boys in the early 90s every year because we had a regular show at an Irish pub every Christmas Eve. We would play there and include that song in the set, so we would have at least one Christmas song in the show. I want to thank everybody for supporting my channel. It grew a lot the last year and you all helped me a lot with subscribing, commenting, liking, also suggesting new songs, and it really means a lot to me. I really appreciate all your support. So I have one more lesson for you coming up before the 2019 ends, and stay tuned for that one. But now let's get to the solo of Sleighbell Rock. For the best learning experience, I highly recommend that you check out my Patreon page, where you get exclusive offers, infos, gem tracks and tabs as an addition to the free videos here on YouTube. Sleighbell Rock is in the key of B flat, and the first part of the solo goes like this. So you start on the low E string, first fret, to third, and open A string. Yeah, that's the pickup starting on 2 when you count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next bar, pretty straightforward. Just back and forth between the A string, first fret, and the E string, third fret. Like this. Then the next bar, a little bit more tricky. So you start here on the first fret again, A string, twice, then the third, fourth, then a pull off to third, first fret again, a third fret E string, and then first on the A string. Let me put this together. So it sounds like this. And then the next bar, you start on one end and you play pretty much the same as in the previous bar, just leaving out the first note. Yeah. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then another pickup, starting here on the first fret again, and it goes like this. So it's the first fret, A string twice, then a third, and open D string, and then we get to the key of E flat for the next phrase that goes like this. So starting on the A string, 6th fret, and then on the D string it's 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, chromatic run. Then onto the G string, 3rd fret, back to 5 on the D string, and G string again, 3rd fret. So it sounds like this. Then the next bar, a little complicated, especially if you speed it up or when you speed it up to the original speed. So you start with a pull-off from 6 to 3 on the G string. Then you play 5 on the D string, back to 6, G string, 5 D string, then 3 to 6 on the G string, and then you slide from 5 to 8 on the D string, like this. Well, this bar again. And I start here. Then the next part. Starts on the 5th fret, G string, on one end, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then on 2 end, you slide with your index to the 6th fret to play 6 and 7, then 6 and 8 on the B string, and then in the next bar, the top 2 strings, 6th fret, and then the 9th on the E string, the high E string here. Yeah? One more time, starting on the 5th fret, the last 2 bars in this row. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And he does some wiggle here on the 9th fret. Let's do the whole row, starting here on the E flat A string, 6th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next part sounds like this. So I'm grabbing an F9 chord here with my middle finger on the A string, 8th fret, and the ring finger is on the top 3 strings, E, B, and G, 8th fret. And I leave out the D string. I don't need it, so I just mute it with my middle finger. And then I play the A string first, followed by the G string, top 3 strings, B and G, and B and G again twice. And then sliding to the 10th fret, well, that's hard to do slowly, and then you play the 10th fret again twice on the B and G string, top 3 strings, slide back, and again the B and the G string on the 8th fret. So I just repeat the whole phrase slowly. I think that makes more sense. It's really hard to play slow. And maybe one more time. Okay, then back to B flat, and you play an F shape B flat chord, starting on the D string, then the D and the G string, and then hammer on from 6 to 7 on the G string, hammer on from 6 to 8 on the B string, and then again the very similar to what we played before, but this time you play the top 3 strings, and again give it a wiggle. So here's the last row. And here's a whole solo for you, played slowly to a jam track at 100 beats per minute.